Hey, uh, wait. Hey, Roomie, what's wrong? Are you okay? Why are you crying? Hey, hey, come here. Can I sit next to you on the bed? And, can I give you a hug? Was it something that happened today? I could tell you were a bit out of sorts when you came home. You didn't say anything, so I didn't want to push you. And I don't want you to feel like you have to tell me anything. You don't have to tell me what happened, but I want you to be okay. Please know that you don't have to keep everything inside, okay? I understand. We don't have to talk about that. It'll probably make you feel worse right now. But how about we chill here for a bit? I can, stroke your hair and ramble a bit. I know you at least don't mind my ramblings. Maybe it'll get your mind off today, right? Okay, just relax. Plus, you've heard me ramble before. You know me. Chris the Chatterbox, am I right? Like a old car without brakes. It takes a bit to get me talking, but once I start going, it just right? Right. So, last week, this funny thing happened at school, right? So I'm sitting in class, right, in the piano lab. Just imagine this big room, and there's like 18 electric pianos in rows, and there's a bunch of us sitting there while the professor is giving a lecture at the front of the room. Now, me and the guy next to me are whispering some stuff, and it kind of ends up being like that SpongeBob episode where one of them's like, I thought of something even funnier than 24, or something like that, where we're both like holding in our laughter just barely. Then I say something, and a few other people hear it, and there's just this soft chuckle. Then the professor turns, and I swear, he's looking at me like he's challenging me. And he just says, Chris, can you look at me, tell me the notes in a French augmented sixth chord in C sharp, then play it on the piano? And of course, I did tell him the augmented sixth chords are easy when you remember the formula, which for the French is the flat sixth, the sharp fourth, the tonic, or the first scale degree, C sharp in this case, and the French bit of it is the second scale degree. This man looked at me after I played it and let out the longest sigh I have ever heard and just went, moving on. And it just was back to business. I showed him his boss, you know. Oh, come on. You know me. I'm a little gremlin sometimes, but I do pay attention. I'm a good student. My GPA says so. Isn't that what college is all about? You do the thing, get the number, point to the number, and say, I did the thing! Right? Yeah, I know. I'm messing. I don't do the thing to get the number. Well, I do, but I don't get the number to get the number. But I do the thing to learn the thing so later I can teach the thing. That's the real thing. Thing. Well, being a chatterbox really helps teaching, doesn't it? Extemporaneous speech! Being able to come up with analogies and explanations in ways that everyone can understand. Painting pictures in minds with no context. I mean, come on. How many times have I come home and quote unquote rambled to you about something when that ramble is actually like a competent B plus on a speech assignment? And yes, I took that class, and it was a breeze. It was, really. Speaking, writing, communicating, it's always been easy for me. But actually, if you can believe it, I used to hate writing. Like, totally hated it. Wouldn't write ever. No, no, true story. I haven't told you? When I was in sixth grade, I had this teacher. She was like the worst kind of teacher. She was all nice and stuff, but then she was so not genuine. And she gave us this like 500-page book in like the first semester, and she said, "Okay, we're going to annotate the whole thing by the end of the semester." And I, someone who still has trouble taking notes, was sitting there like, "You're saying what now?" And she'd always give me this fake smile when she'd hand me these failing grades. And I got a 69 in that class, and she refused to round me up. Even my parents hated her. That's how bad she was. And then, in my freshman year of high school, I had this teacher that was like a few weeks in. She was like, "Hey guys, here's this college level exam. I expect all of you to fail. I'll curve the highest score to 100, then curve everyone else by that percentage." Sounds like a foolproof plan, right? Where nothing could go wrong. I got 100. Yep. And no one else was even close. So, like, the whole class failed because of me. Got to the point where there was this big test, and I just waited and wasted her time and then just blacked out the top of the Scantron so she couldn't grade it, just to spite her. Needless to say, I failed that class too. Yeah. You ever heard the adage that a bad teacher can destroy someone's love for a subject, while a good one can make you love a subject? Those were the bad teachers. My sophomore year English teacher was the good one. He said to get a blank notebook when we were getting school supplies, and he said every day at the beginning of class, we're going to write for 10 minutes. It doesn't matter what, just that you write, he said. A few days in, he walks over to my desk and he says to me, "Chris, why aren't you writing? What's wrong?" And I told him, "I hate writing. I just can't do it. I don't know what to say, yada, 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 all that kind of stuff." And he says to me, "Well, Chris, I can tell you have really strong feelings about this, that you really don't like this, so how about you write about why you hate writing so much? Let your feelings come out on the page." And that was like a mind-blowing moment. It was pretty crude, but I did write a lot that day. I've loved writing ever since that class. That teacher was really good. Sometimes, just a matter of the right people, right? Oh, right. I kind of forgot the context of this situation. If you say so, I'm glad I can be the right person in this situation. I know. Chatterbox Chris, always ready to ramble your ear off or be derpy enough to make you laugh. But I guess that's my thing. I want people to be happy. I want to help people. It's kind of why I want to be a teacher, you know? To be the right person. But to be clear, the whole being the right person by a hug thing is just because you're my roomie. Just for you. If it was with other people, you know, that would be kind of weird. But nah, it's okay. Roomie's hug, right? I didn't push your boundaries, did I? Uh. Okay, good. Do you at least like the head scratchies and the hug? Good. You know, Roomie, I'm here for you. I mean it. It meant a lot to me that I could put a smile on your face. Please, know that you can talk to me anytime. Even if it's just a vent. Even if your vents breathe fire. I mean, I'm secretly flame resistant. I drank one of those video game potions when you weren't looking. It's one of the rare ones. It has unlimited durations. Trust. Absolutely. We could chill here for a bit longer. Hey, Roomie. Bonk. To keep the bad thoughts away.